I think I'm live with Sam on my walk through Mordor. I'm excited to work today. I have a lot of fun stuff to do. Are you here, Hannes?
I am here in audio, at least.
Nice.
I will get there with video soon.
Fantastic.
Let's get started, Martin. Please, what have you in store for us today?
Yes.
Finalizing instrument positions.
I heard a chat said finalizing is a big word. We were actually struggling for what to name the stream, and we were like, okay, finalizing. The first idea for instrument positions on the Marble Machine 3, I like to call it only the Marble Machine actually, is here. This morning I made the bass. The bass looks simpler now. I don't know if you remember the last bass, but I rebuilt the CAD structure of the bass, so the blob part is correct. We have one hit point of the bass. We have a little bass funnel, or bass catcher as we call them these days, to be more design agnostic. I think this feels super, super fun. To just take a step back. How this instrument sits here right now feels like a machine I wanna really... So, let me say that better, actually. How the instrument sits right now feels like a machine I really want to work hard on completing. It has a lot of action. It has a huge diva here in the front that's going to play the beautiful melodies, but then it's backed up by a monster drummer. Oh, wait, my dictation app. I'm trying text dictation. I didn't realize the shortcut was that one. It's backed up by this monster drummer that will be able to play a lot of stuff, but a monster drummer has some surprises. It can also play a shaker, it can also play a tambourine, and it can also play cool instruments that all of a sudden rotate into view for the viewers. So I think there's a lot of joie de vivre and playfulness in this instrument setup, and it has the bass over here. So it feels like I've included as many of my darlings, Hannes, to get this will to go up early in the morning, bike to work, and sit in CAD working with the machine. Like my lust for this machine is intact with this setup. We haven't made a minimum viable product that I don't want to complete. I want to complete this, and I think I can complete it. So yeah,
Fantastic.
So for this stream, as I said, this bass is kind of placed there. It's approximate positions for all of those, but right now all the instruments has one single marble. So here's the kick drum marble loaded exactly 1000mm above the center of the kick drum, but the kick drum is not going to have only one marble channel. So I think what I want to do this stream is to go through the design requirement for each and every of these instruments and decide how many marble tracks for each instrument, which is kind of super important decisions. And I started work with my dictation app here. So hopefully now when I write, you don't have to see me write. Yes.
Oh, wow, that is magic.
That is kind of nice, actually. I haven't done the settings. It's a free version. So I tried with the built-in one on Apple as well, but this should be a faster way for me to write design requirements and perhaps more fun as well. So yeah, let's. Oh no, I have to learn how to not press that key by mistake.
Look at that. I'm with you now. There we go. Sam is here.
Oh, in video.
Yes.
What do you think about the instrument setup then?
I don't think I've ever seen something that beautiful. That is very good.
Thank you for your compliment about how I look, but the instrument setup then?
Oh, wow. You've had a wonderful weekend, I hear.
The weekend was beyond magical. Yeah.
Love to hear it. Okay, and also reminder for both me, you, and the audience, Dan Martin, that we also need to get some content to Alphonse today. So we also need to record a video on the stream today.
Perfect.
I will try to remind you every now and then.
Perfect.
Did you record anything in the intro?
I think you pressed record. Everything is recorded.
I didn't do anything, so that's one of our ghosts then. In that case,
should I perhaps let's make a checklist actually in the sketching cam here. So
I would have to override you, my good sir.
all right,
I have a better one here.
I'm happy for that. So I'm going to remove our corners here. Last streams, the goal: finding a great positions for all the instruments on the marble machine, and also decide what instruments to include. We've done that. So check mark, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. We've actually done that. So thanks everyone for keeping us company in those streams. What I need to do now is decide marble tracks for each instrument. I don't have dictation yet to my marker.
That's the next step.
Yep. That's the humanoids. Talking about what to use for a humanoid, imagine having a humanoid here, just doing this. For each marker. Jesus. Instrument.
Here we go. It's Monday.
So, this is a perfect example. And you know what? I'm going to... so, write DR. We have to write design requirements, write DR, plus do clad. And I have a goal for today's stream. Finish all instruments on this step.
The positioning of them.
No, how many marble tracks for each. The exact position we can swivel around. But if I do this stream, we like the machine has come a really far away actually. So if I go back to CAD here. Oh, you're not here. Okay, we have.
I know. I will have to DJ this stream.
Okay, I'll leave the corners for you.
Yep.
When I say the positions here, I don't mean if the snare should be 2 centimeters up or if it should be a little bit more tilted. I mean that the snare goes around this place in the whole machine. So basically, does it play forward or does it play defense? You know, on the football field, not exactly on which centimeter on the football pitch it is currently. So it's more of the setup. But if we're then going to do how many marble tracks are for each instrument, we're going to start to see pretty soon if we have an issue with this positioning. And we're also going to write some super important design requirements. So let's take it from the start. Let's begin with the Vibraphone. Oh yeah, and what I wanted to say, I actually wanted to say it into this camera. Writing design requirements has not been scary last week. I've been doing it on my own volition, and I actually find it pretty fun now. So what I'm doing is that I try to keep the design requirement and this CAD model consistent with each other, and it's actually been fun.
Wow. So look at that.
That's quite something. So, okay. We already have some requirements for the Vibraphone, so let's not try to write them again. Each Vibraphone note must have 2 marble drops. That's actually completely wrong. Each Vibraphone note must be repeatable. Oh yeah, I can actually talk into this. Must be repeatable in a faster time window than what it takes to reload and drop a new marble. So why do I say that in that way? What I want to know from this requirement is, do we need 1 or 2 tracks? Because if it must be repeatable faster, we know that it's not enough with 1 track. But in exactly the Vibraphone case, we have this note switching idea for this. So to repeat, we have 37 notes of the vibraphone. I don't want to have 37 times 2 marble tracks. I want to have only 37. So I want to design so I manually can ask this marble to fall on this note for some parts of the songs. And this marble can either fall on its normal note, or I can flip a switch that makes it fall to this note, meaning that both these 2 yellow marbles can fall down on this one. So I want to reflect that design idea, which is a solution, kind of. It's not a design agnostic requirement. This is a requirement. So a solution could be, let's see here. The vibraphone marble gates could be manually switched.
Hallå, är dörren öppen nu igen eller?
Oh, sorry, I need to take the door here. Vilken dörr då?
Alltså, jag menar, det går inte att få upp den här hissen.
Jag kan gå och kolla den.
Ja, gå och kolla då.
I have to help my neighbors with the elevator.
Okay,
let's see if the dictation puts that in. Yes. I didn't know it worked with Swedish. Hang on.
Hang on. And what timing from Martin there, because I'm back. Video as well. Some strange interference today with the video. Trying to sort it all behind the scenes here. But yeah, as Martin so eloquently put it earlier this stream, today he's trying to finalize the final instrument positions and the marble drops. Because Martin is, as we all know, building a new marble machine. The marble machine. A huge instrument, a huge machine, you could say, that drops marbles on instruments, making banger music. So that's where we're at today. And hopefully Martin will come all the way to the finish line today. So that our dear friend Alphonse has something to edit for a video on Wednesday. We're doing a lot of things here. As soon as you had off camera, my camera feed went back online, so
Perfect.
I was in the nick of time.
So let's see how I can say this. The vibraphone gates could have a manual switch that lets the operator switch one note so that the marble hits the lower note of the vibraphone, hence making repeating notes really fast possible. Love to read into the sheets, actually. That feels like an upgrade. So, to go back then to... I'm gonna stop the recording right there. No. Okay.
Dictate the
I want to... I want to add this functionality into the clad model. I'm not going to model it, but I'm going to add a symbol for it. So I want to add those switches in a clad way. Because this is what we're going to do for all the instruments. What kind of marble tracks are we going to have for all the instruments? So we're at the vibraphone right now. So let's switch to vibraphone. And then before the linear pattern here. And then it's of course a little bit special because this first note is not going to have the switcher because the lowest note doesn't have a note under it to switch to. So exactly that note is not going to have the switcher. So let's add it. Let's add a sketch. Now I'm gonna sketch this fast, Hannes. Now I'm gonna see.
all the stuff you learned.
Yep. Mate connector there. And then we need to realign the mate connector. I'm using the planes to do that. I'm so happy with that. And we click this twice. Oh no, I don't want to sketch like that. Doesn't matter. I can have the sketch like that. I want to use this little surface. Okay, that now we're right. Actually, I wanted to be... Yeah, I did it a little bit wrong. I want to be in between the notes. So I'm gonna re-choose the face. Can I somehow magically be between the notes? I can offset it. I think it was 55, right? Center to center.
55. I seem to remember that number.
Minus 55 divided by 2. Look at that. Look at that. Right in the middle between. Good, good, good. So now I'm going to draw the most stupid switch I can think of. Okay. Let me rethink this. I actually want to make the switch on another sketch plane. I tried to go too fast as always. How are people in chat, Hannes?
They are hyped here. They are hyped here. Yay, Monday Live, I see here. Good morning, Martin and Hannes from Joseph Adams. Is Martin a bit lower volume, or is my washing machine making too much noise? Could be a combination, perhaps.
I think perhaps I'm trying to be a little bit more suave. Okay, let me kill this sketch. This went so badly. Sometimes I need to rethink how to place these mate connectors.
Rye Bread Bird Pig is wondering, thought, should there be a design requirement, the marble routing should be as simple as possible, which is what drives the decision to not have 2 droppers per vibraphone note.
That's very good thinking. Let's put that in. Actually, it's that kind of thing that you would think goes without saying, but all those things need to get out of my brain and into the. So I guess we're gonna do a system level thing on the marble loop thing. So 1.2 system level design requirement. Leave that comment up and I can read it into my sheet here. The marble routing should be as simple as possible. Boom.
Wow, Martin living in the future.
Thank you, Rye. That's like a guideline that then give rises to the thing that we don't want 37 times 2 tracks. We want to design for only 37 if we can. Love that. Love that comment. Thank you. All right, we're on this little thing. I'm going to use this point and this point. I'm going to drag a line between them that gives me the midpoint between those. So here's the exact middle, and of course I did it on the wrong place because we don't want to start there. So that's kind of an interesting thing that we can add for these switchers, that we don't need 37 of those. We need 36. So we can lower the highest note, but we can't lower the lowest note. There's nothing. There's no one who can go there except for that internet guy who is so cool. Help me, Hannes.
The internet guy that is so cool?
Yeah, that passed away.
Chuck Norris.
Only Chuck Norris could have lowered. I don't. It's just because I read the Chuck Norris tell Simon what to do memes. And since then, I've been looking for Chuck Norris memes in my life. Here, finally, my friends, I'm going to do the note switcher. Finally. This took me some time.
But you're getting there.
I'm getting there. Here's the switcher. I'm not going to constrain it. I should, because if it's moving around, let's constrain. I'm going to constrain it. So you are 880. I'm gonna get a lot done today in this stream. I feel...
And I see here, my memeplex says, hey, live subs are back. Awesome. And yes, that's my gift to you, my memeplex. I activated the subtitles again. You're welcome. You see, I listen to you guys every now and then.
Actually, I've been thinking about these streams we've been doing, and I've been thinking about like how much valuable stuff that the chat has put on my mind. Sometimes I get annoyed when you say stuff that I think you're too correct with and I don't have a good reply. But in the bigger picture, it's been really, and yes, it takes time and stuff, but in the bigger picture, I've learned so much from these streams, and you've been on to me about good stuff. I'm really happy for everyone's input here. So this is my switch. It's a symbol of a switch, and then it's a little bit too small, isn't it? Let's do it. And I think like we can make a lot of design requirements around this switch. For example, that it doesn't need to be controlled by the programming wheel. Everything that I can control manually is just turning in so much simpler. Let's do 870 so it's not colliding with anything. Like that. Let's make a linear pattern. There's the linear pattern. It's a part pattern. I'm gonna use this direction. I think we have a 55mm distance. 36 copies in the other direction. Boom.
Boom, bada boom.
So let's add some. So it's kind of interesting, you know. We're thinking here, yeah, we don't need a switch for this channel. As I said, we don't have another note to play. And this is not maybe what a switch would look like. Let's just look at a switch in the master assembly. Nice. And now let's go over to the design requirement and say a little bit stuff about these switches. Under the Vibraphone, I think we might have do we have a Vibraphone note switch requirements? We have a section. And here, it's a mistake. Each marble drop must have a physical switch that switches the marble path to hit one Vibraphone note lower. The 36, all marble drops except the lowest.
I saw a very nice little super chat here from our very good friend Martin.
Nice.
He says, "We annoy you for your sake, Martin. We want real Marble Machine 3."
Yes. And I'm at a better place now. It's been hectic weeks. This week is much nicer. So I think I have a little bit thicker skin. I don't have to be so passive aggressive defensive about everything.
Thank you so much.
So
as always,
thank you
for
Martin.
your donation.
So challenge. Can you get me passive aggressive in this stream chat? Go try your hardest. No, I'm joking. Please don't try.
Please don't try that.
We have 36 switches. Oh, I've had always. It was already in here, and here this is wrong. This is a requirement that should go. Okay. All right. Now let's see. I have to switch key for this one. Hang on, Hannes. I need to switch the hotkey for my transcription app here.
Do it.
Because I need to be able to copy paste without it starting recording. I just
And while you
realized.
do that, I see here now I'm back yet again. At this time, it seems more stable. Mr. Stream Technician in the background trying to fix the video issues. It seems better now, so hopefully I can be with you now, Martin, for a significant time, not only for 30 seconds. And then we have the Gnomestead, who's regular here on the streams, that says, "Hi, ho, Martin Hannes from your friend in Alaska." So nice to have you here again, Gnomestead. I'm holding a 4-hour-old baby goat in my arms.
Oh, wow.
that is pretty
Wow.
freaking special.
Talk about touching grass.
Yeah, really.
Why is my transcription
Okay. Revelation ahead.
Q? Let's see if this...
Will it solve the issue?
Will it solve? Yes, it's solved.
Let's
Wait.
switch over and see a man working very hard to fix his keyboard commands. Focused. Very focused. He's starting to look a little
No,
bit
it's
happy.
annoying. It's annoying.
It's annoying.
Sorry everyone for this. Push to talk. It's
Yeah.
only that one. Wait.
While you discuss that, I can also mention now, people have been asking us about the situation about memberships and stuff like that, because we have always had you can be a member on the main channel, the Wintergatan main channel. Now I have activated that you also can become members on this second channel if you want like a little Wilson next to your name and stuff like that.
Testing.
We really appreciate the support. It is what keeps us afloat these days. So if you one way of doing it is if you're already a member on the main channel, you can, I don't know, cancel it there and join on the second channel if you want, because this is gonna be our main live stream channel. So if you're a regular here, perhaps you want to be a member on this channel instead.
Yeah.
We're giving you the options at least.
And I managed to so now I can copy paste stuff, and I can read into the spreadsheet without the key commands colliding. That was
Very
stupid.
good.
I was so happy to have the switchers. I just gave him my most important key. I had some vibrato requirements that I lost. So note switch requirements. They have the switch. The note switch must be manual switchable by the operator. Things to think about. We don't need to go super hard into this, but the note switch should be operatable during play of music. I'm not using my good mic for the transcription. It's actually my laptop mic now because I couldn't make it, but so far it seems to work pretty well. As long as I'm not cutting out Hannes from the stream.
It sounds good to me at least.
Yeah.
Let's see what chat
Can we
has to
try
say.
once if you go over to listening to the stream and I'll transcribe something so we make sure.
Yep, let's go.
Check. Trying to transcribe something for sure. Looks good.
Sounded great for me.
Good. Enough of that. You know what? I think I'm done with the Vibraphone because these are all the marble drops for the Vibraphone in this setup, and it's made possible by the switches. However, we'll design those, and I think we can continue with the back row instruments. And I think I'm gonna go from left to right but save a lot of energy for the bass because that one is the hardest at the end. Oh, actually it's not, because I decided what to do.
Terrific. And I already see here, Jimmy just became a Wintergatan patron on the second Wintergatan 2 channel. And he says, double member all the way.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy. That's way too kind of you. Coming up both with great scripts and some memberships. Thank you so much.
And I see here now that your badge is a generic star. They will be updated. We just launched it today, so it may take a little time. But we're going to change all that beautiful stuff around. So it looks more Wintergatan-esque over here as well. But thank you so much for joining. That is absolutely fantastic.
So for the ride cymbal, I've actually already done this work. I have already thought I want only one main marble that hits the crash sound, but then I want these 2 tracks that hits these sticks for the king 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 sound. So this is actually already in here. And I think it's also already in the design requirements. So let's go and see. I think basically it's kind of hidden in here. I think we should make it simpler by doing a functional thing here in the beginning of each instrument to say
I know exactly what to say. I want to say welcome to Discard This Mobile that also became a member now. So that is absolutely fantastic.
Thank you so much. I want to see the marble tracks really simple. It's almost like I want to start each to have a list with a list to make it really easy to read the requirements. So the ride cymbal uses 3 marble tracks containing colon. Is it called colon in English?
Containing colon.
Double dots. Insert this
colon.
What is that little mark called? Colon is also a word. I should give it instructions better. Uses 1 crash ride sound, 2 stick ride sound A, 3 stick ride sound B. Almost. I'm on the cheapest. I'm on the free model of this. I think the paid one has much more magical understanding of what you're trying to say. So perhaps this is not, but this is really nice start. So because this is starting to count, Hannes, the marble tracks on the entire machine. So we're actually done with the ride. Because the CAD is already saying that. So
chat wants to know. Hexa Blue is wondering, what is this voice to text tool?
This is Super Whisper, and I just downloaded it 5 minutes before the stream, and I haven't set it up. It runs locally on your computer, so I've literally been using it for 20 minutes.
Seems to be working really well.
I tried the built-in OS X feature, and the good thing with Super Whisper is it's all these things. It's not an endorsement of any of these tools. They make a small little recording, transcribe it, but then they can also look into that recording and fix mistakes and stuff. Quick derailment. Let's see. I don't think I have that on, perhaps, but it should be able to do that. So if I talk now, what I actually want to say here is that it's important to have fun, and yeah, that's all I want to say. That was super bad test. No, okay. So it doesn't correct me, but it can. So you can kind of like change your mind. You can think out loud, and then it writes something coherent. In when it's good, set up good. All right, no more derailment. Kick drum. Let's go for the kick drum. So we've done 2 instruments, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go.
Have we made anything, any good content to Alphonse in a while?
No, very good reminder. All right, so the Vibraphone has 37 marble drops, thanks to the switcher, so we can repeat those notes fast. And the Ride has 1 marble drop for the main sound and 2 marble drops for the stick sound. So now I have to do a really important decision, Hannes. How many marbles should a kick drum have? And let's go over to the design requirements and see. So kick drum.
Jimmy is wondering here, do you intend on using the latest Gates prototypes as a starting point for the new ones?
Yeah, I think the clock escapement gates is fantastic. So I think we're gonna use something like that.
There we go.
They are also super beautiful.
Yes, they are. And you know what else is beautiful?
Tell me.
Our dear friend Martin also became a Wintergatan backer now on Wintergatan 2 YouTube channel.
Fantastic. We're so happy.
Yeah, we have the best freaking audience in the whole freaking world. This is so cool.
Thank you for supporting this core chat we have on these streams. You really keep us company in a fantastic way. So let's think. I know what I want to do with the kick drum, but let's be a little bit more disciplined when writing design requirements. What's the important thing for a kick drum? It needs to be able to play quite often like this, which is faster than 1 track can do it. So I'm sure we need 2 tracks so we can alternate. Boom, 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 boom. But then boom, 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 do-do, do-do. I want to play that as well, which makes me sure I want 3 marble tracks for the kick drum. So let's put that in. Perhaps I should. I can put that in the Y column, the motivation of why. So the kick drum has 3 marble tracks. All 3 tracks are identical, and we have 3 for the note repeatability. Yeah, I think that's it.
Do you want to know something cool, Martin?
Tell me.
The last 4 weeks, we got 76 new backers for YouTube memberships, through Patreon, and through Twitch. And this is not the entire truth, because now we've also added the Wintergatan 2 channel. So those of you that joined today, this will be more work for Alphonse, sadly, because we we got this new software up and running, fetching all the names. Now we will have to add some more data into it, but that is something we look forward to doing. So as soon as we can, we will also add the Wintergatan 2 members here.
Fantastic.
So we're actually even more than these.
Fantastic. Thank you, everyone.
And speaking about that, I see here now, Rye Bread Bird Pig just became a member as well. How cool is that?
Thank you so much, Rye
Woo!
There is some more things we have to think about with these 3 tracks. I'm going to soon clad them here, but do we want all 3 to hit the same spot? Or do we even maybe not want that, so we can hit the drum? Oh yes, because you know what? If 2 of them hit a little bit on the outside. The sound is best in the absolute middle, but if we hit a bit on the outside, we can then also drop 2 marbles at the same time for a mega hit, which is probably going to be problematic in terms of the marbles hitting a small catcher. Maybe that will make the catcher much larger because they will bounce in every direction. Or do we want all of them to hit? Or is the extra marble the strange one on the side? So the 2 main ones are hitting the middle. So we have dun 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 dun, and that always sounds the same. And then the third track can be actually on the side. Do we ever need to drop 2 marbles at the same time? I think so. Now I'm going to like choose simplicity, so I don't go overboard.
I have a feeling that our viewers are going overboard here now with all the love. We have our friend Martin who just sent a gift membership to Rafael Brito. This is a viewer I've seen on and off and joining into the chat. So nice of you, Martin, to gift Rafael a membership. And if that wasn't enough, we also have Mac Yes. That also became a Wintergatan backer. That is awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. I give you applause.
Thank you so much.
I don't have a MIDI keyboard here. I just have my hands.
Sounds so depressed when I play the constraint. It should be okay. Thank you so much. I'm thinking about where these marbles should hit the kick drum. I kind of love the idea. It's for the snare drum. I love the idea to get even more dynamics upwards by releasing 2 marbles at the same time. It's really cool. I mean, like doom 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 boom. That's 2 marbles. The last one. Haha. But is that going to be just pure chaos where the marbles are gonna go? Probably. Should I try dropping 2 marbles on this? Because I want to write this here now. I want to clad it and I want to decide. So for the muffler and stuff like that, and for the... I also think if we're going to have really fast, it might be that the first marble doesn't have time to escape if them hitting the same point. So having one that hits on the side could actually be a good idea. Let's go into the kick drum and start cladding this. So this is the first time I need to go add details to this derived. I think these marbles are... How should we do this? I need a sketch. Find the center of the cylinder there. And now we're gonna see if I can stand this sketch up by realigning the mate connector. Should be able to use... I can. Ha. Perfect. So use the mate connector. Now we have a little point there. We can actually hide the marble we had. Oh no.
What happened?
Oh no, no.
I
no,
heard
no.
a doop.
My construction line short command is for the dictator now. The dictator, the transcription.
Can you dictate it to finish the CAD?
Let me fix that. You have to entertain the people for 1 second here now. I learned how to change the key command here. Great.
So I was just doing some behind the scenes stuff here, trying to customize some stuff for a wonderful new backers. Carmcraft is wondering here, Martin, are we scope creeping again? I wonder what Carmcraft means by that.
Do you mean, Carmcraft, that I'm going further into the task than necessary, or adding features to the more features to the Marble Machine than necessary?
Let's see if Carmcraft will elaborate. And this is cute. This is from Rafael Brito. I'm a member now, thanks to Martin. You see Martin spreading joy in chat.
Fantastic. Please elaborate, Carmcraft. I don't want to scope creep. You're right to make sure of that. So Shift T for talk is now my new key command. So my Q for construction line is free for CADing. Somehow I want 3 marbles up here. I don't know really where, and I don't know really where they should hit the kick drum. I know I need 3, but the idea could be to have 2 of them hitting the dead center, because they can then be the 4 on the floor, the dunk, dunk, dunk. So channel A and B could be like this, and then we could have like the extra. So this is kind of the odd one for effects. Because if I push them always, so these are our 2 main channels that we just alternate between. Or do we want, when we play dung, 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 do we want A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C for extra charge time? Yes, we absolutely want that. But then if one of them is on the side, it's gonna like A, B, C, A, B, C, A. If that has another sound, that's also not good. Decisions.
My memeplex says here, let's whack him with his own design requirement then. There's a less than 10 millisecond precision design requirement in the machine now, and that is already pretty tight. If you want 0 milliseconds hit tolerance, you need so much more precise DR in the droppers.
Sure. 0 millisecond hit tolerance. I don't think we can have 0 millisecond hit tolerance. I think that's unrelated to this decision about where to hit the kick drum. I feel that it would be really nice if the drops had more time. So dun 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 instead of do 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 do. That's kind of hectic for these big. Okay, so all 3 marbles are actually going to be the main things. Meaning we should probably let them all hit the center point and not have this extra idea of having 1 hit on the side.
We have our dear friend RCK here with the daily check. You know what I always say,
This
right?
is gonna be hype.
That's it. Never give up.
Thank you, RCK. Love to hear that. So this is an interesting situation where I realized that we have an option to get more dynamic by dropping more marbles at the same time for an extra hard kick drum all of a sudden, which I love the idea of that, but it goes against, it makes it a bit more complicated, perhaps. No.
Farmcraft follows up here at least. Maybe I missed some streams or context, but Adding two simultaneous marbles looks like a solution to a problem that wasn't in the design requirements in the first place until 10 minutes ago.
Okay, now I see what you mean. No, the dynamic music is in a like commandment of the entire machine. So it was just the cool thing that I realized that we need more tracks. It's just actually making use of what we have to get dynamic music, not only by muffling with the dampener, we can also increase it by dropping at the same time. Perhaps we should listen to the kick drum and drop a marble off center to see how much worse that is. Because then the marbles could, if we want to hit the center, you see the marbles on the side needs to be deflected into the middle. That's not actually hard. But if we go straight down, so it's not Meanplex, it's not in the design requirements of the kick drum, but it's in the guidelines of the entire machine to play dynamic music. If they go if all of them go straight down, I have a little bit this feeling that with gates and compressions and stuff, these are going to sound very, very similar. Even if they hit off center. I'll call Marcus.
You call Marcus?
I'm gonna call my drummer.
Tell him that it's on stream, so he doesn't say anything not family friendly.
Tjena, du, jag sitter i stream, du är inte på högtalare, men jag har en trumfråga. Vill du svara på den på högtalare? Det tar en minut, tror jag. Okej, nu... Okej, Marcus, you're on. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Question. I want to drop I want to have 3 marbles hitting the kick drum.
Yeah.
And there are advantages of having them not hit the center spot, because, for example, if all of them are guided so they hit the center spot, that is what I feel most comfortable with sound-wise. Then all the marbles will sound kind of the same, you know, and hits the best spot on the kick drum, right?
Yeah.
But there are advantages of having them hit a little bit off center. For example, I can drop them at the same time, and it can play faster. If we want to play like dudunk, that can be tricky hitting the exact same spot because maybe the first marble is still in the way. And
but sorry, go on.
So the question is, and then I'm gonna let you freestyle as well. But the question is, with gates live and compression and everything, do you think hitting 5 centimeter off center will sound too much different to hitting dead center? So let's say we make a 4 on the floor pattern, and A, B, C, A, B, C. B is hitting the middle, A is hitting 5 centimeters to the left, C is hitting 5 centimeters to the right. Will that sound really uneven? Is it better to have them all hit the center?
My spontaneous thought about that is that it would sound uneven.
Okay.
And it would maybe have to test this, but it would possibly also get different volume in the sound because of you hitting the different parts of the drum head.
Yeah.
So if you want to test it, I think it could be bad for the sound, actually.
Yeah.
But also a question: is it really important to have fast hits on the consecutive hits on the bass drum?
No.
Okay.
It's an extra cool darling feature. Yeah.
Because when I usually play, it's important that you can make a steady beat and make it play, you know, so it doesn't get too separated, of course, in time. But the really fast ones, that's usually more of a like metal hard rock thing for me.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. So I would go for sound over fast notes.
I think chat.
Unless you have a specific plan that you really want to play fast notes on the kick drum.
Fantastic. Let's do the
For like,
simpler. Let's do the simpler solution on this one.
Yeah, all right. Good luck.
Thank you, Marcus. Love that. Thank you. Good
you.
luck, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Let's hit the middle then.
Fantastic.
I should have recorded that for Alphonse. Well done. One thing that you could have is then a fourth track for the double hit. We're not going to do that. We're going to have 3 8 in the middle. Perfect. That's also going to be the easiest to collect them, and we will still be able to play. I think, yeah, we will still be able to play really fast. Actually, fast enough. Cool. All 3. So then we can define this. All 3 tracks hits the center, hits the same center point on the kick drum.
And Shagarma says, "Great job, Marcus."
Yeah. Marcus got me to simplify this and focus on the meat and potatoes. Boom.
He's also looking out for his job, you know.
That could be it. So if we are going to be really technical about this, I guess the marbles on the side is going to sit a bit lower because they have the marble drop height of. You'll see it if I enter the document wide variable here. Marble drop height. Boom. And this one is going to be here in the center. I guess we're gonna go for 40. So let's do equal constraint here and there. Now, this offset distance like this. Let's try if we can get away with 50. Something like that. Cool.
Terrific.
Cool. You know, we have a. This would be absolutely a thing like that if we put a trigger on the kick drum and cheat. Every hit will sound absolutely perfect and the same. But we want to give this machine a chance to actually play the sound that the listeners are hearing itself with no cheating. So I think Marcus like got me into like, let's do what's best for the actual sound that the marbles does.
And you know the best sound there is.
That's when I play the music box for a new patron.
There we go, a new YouTube member on Wintergatan 2, Balmank. Old regular here on the streams, joined as a Wintergatan patron. That is fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm going to shift wrap these new marbles here. What happened with the revolve? There we go. I'm going to do it 3 times. What's happening? Shift W. There we go.
And Jimmy is wondering here, wouldn't sticks on drumstick help with hitting a closer point to center with potential faster hits?
Yeah, I want to avoid them on the drums where I can, and the marbles on the kick drum works great. It feels more like a marble machine when there's no stick in between. Hannes even didn't want them on the ride and stuff in the beginning.
Yep.
But we're gonna get to that discussion on the next instrument, the hi-hat, because I think I might want to introduce sticks to the hi-hat.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've seen this, Jimmy, but I see a Wilson badge next to your name.
Nice.
You see all the magic stuff I can do while Martin is chatting away. So now, all the new members, you now have a cute little Wilson next to your name.
Let's see if these drums appears. Yeah, these marbles appears really nicely. Okay, so we can't play two kick drum marbles at the same time. It's probably best for the funnel, for the catcher that we don't. Marcus helped me simplify this. We have 3 marbles there. I want to actually fix the color of them. And here they're not named, and that's fine in this. Derek Van Allen doesn't name his parts all the time. We only name the parts we need to name. All right.
Now I have started the floodgates on Twitch now. Harmonial is wondering, can we get Wheels of Badges? I will need to research Twitch a bit more. I'm not that knowledgeable in it yet, but I will look into it. That would be fun. I see you at least have emojis. Let's
try to get it done.
Yes.
Fantastic. This feels super fun. I don't know if you realized that the decision we just took here was really a major one. Now we know there's 3 kick drum tracks and nothing more. They hit the same. They hit the center. I want to have the same wedge on the kick drum. So let me not clad that, but let me write it into the kick drum requirements. Shift T. A soft rotating wedge can be inserted into the marble path to muffle and lower the volume of the kick drum. The rotating wedge is controlled by the operator. It's so fun. That's actually speed up for these streams, I think.
We also have a question here from Olle Lindberg.
Sorry,
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead again. You cut out there.
Olle Lindberg is wondering, first time commenting, long time watcher. I have a concern about marbles hitting the drum head simultaneously. A micro delayed hit can cancel out the resonance of the first hit, making it much weaker.
That's a good comment, and you're in luck because Marcus just canceled that idea. So we're not going to hit them simultaneously anymore. The max repeating time will be the minimum repeating time will be decided by when the marbles are colliding with each other. If the first marble can get out of the way before the second one comes. I wonder if physics can tell us. Hang on. I think physics can give us an answer here. Let me just ask real quick here. If I release a 40mm steel marble from 1000mm height, what speed does it have after 1 meter? And how fast does it, when it has fallen 1 meter, how long time does it take for it to travel 10 centimeters? Let's ask the oracles. I can also talk to them now, Hannes.
You can talk to them. Oh my god. You're one step away from entering the matrix completely.
Let me get back to my thing here. The full fall is 0.452 seconds. The 10 centimeter takes 143 milliseconds. No, first 10 centimeters takes 100. The last 10 centimeter takes only 23 milliseconds because it's moving much faster. So yeah, we can repeat notes really quickly. Is the takeaway.
Nice.
Cool. Let's just see if we can put what do you say? knyta en rosett på. Put a
Bow?
Put a bow. Thank you, Hannes.
Mhm.
Put a bow on the kick drum. Yes, we can. We decided how many tracks, and we can move on to the instrument to the right of it. The hi-hat. This is going to be difficult. Why is the hi-hat difficult? I should actually go and play drums to show that. It needs a lot of dynamics.
Mhm.
But let's go over to the design requirements, and I'm going to record a little bit for Alphonse first.
Yes.
All right, so for the kick drum, we've decided after calling Marcus that all these 3 tracks should hit the center of the kick drum. And I also checked that we can repeat notes really quickly like that, and we can play a nice dunk, dunk, dunk pattern. So we've decided on the kick drum, and we have those design requirements ready to go. Now, let's do something difficult, Hannes. Let's decide for the hi-hat.
Okay, that's it's a different kind of a beast.
The reason the hi-hat is a little bit more difficult is that it needs a lot of dynamics.
Mhm.
So to get a groove, you play like, yeah, I can't beatbox, but you don't play like dunk 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 like on the kick drum. You play with dynamic feeling. So what do we know? We know a bit of stuff of the hi-hat. We know, for example, that hi-hat must open and close, controlled by programming wheel. So now it says hi-hat here in the description. I think it's because it's a cheap model, but I know that I also can add words that I can add a vocabulary. So I can say hi-hat should be replaced with, okay, no, maybe this is in the pro. Nothing. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't. I couldn't do it.
It's a dead end.
Yeah, it's not so smart that I was hoping for. It's because I think I'm on the free version. It should understand from context.
Okay, you pay for IQ.
I think so.
Wow.
Hi-hat must open and close, controlled by programming wheel. Must play dynamically. It's not super good design requirement language. It's not quantifiable, but that leads us. And here's my notes. If we should use sticks, then we can argue that it should open downwards for timing. Yeah, that's interesting. So how many marble tracks, and should we use sticks? At least 4. At least 4 tracks. I'm just making notes here. But what about the dynamics? Those are 2 different dynamics. Then wouldn't 4 strong tracks, at least 2 weak. Oh.
What is happening?
Apparently also W is a short key command for that. Okay. So let me then talk. At least 2 weak tracks. That's 6. I'm very happy if we can get. And then also here here I think we should use simultaneous. the hit points can be separated so that 2 marbles can be dropped simultaneously to increase the maximum volume. So these are not perfect design requirements, but I'm writing down the ideas and we can work from this. I've spent way too much time to be perfectionistic with how to write design requirements. I know they're not design agnostic, but it helps me move forward with designing the machine. And we can go over this later. Famous trademark, famous last words. I wonder if we can get, let's say, I wonder if we could get by with only 6 tracks. Like 1 weak and 1 strong. That's like 4. That's almost that we need 4 weak ones. That's a lot of tracks. Because also, honest, we have 2 programs, so all this is multiplied by 2.
Ooh.
Which makes it I just want to say 8, but
What's the easiest way to find this out?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three. No, there is no finding it out really. It's just me making a decision. I could play a little bit higher. It wouldn't make a big difference. I know how high it works, but I think if I stick with only 6 tracks, I think I've done an amazing decision. Actually, I think that's the what should I say? Simple road. Actually, I was thinking about 10, you know, for the hi-hat. Okay, sticks or not?
Sticks or no sticks?
Perhaps I should get a hi-hat for that.
Controversial opinions here. What are your thoughts on the sticks with the hi-hat?
Mine? I think that it might make the volume much less because we're moving much more mass, but it might make the sound much better. That I never liked the marbles on the metal on metal sound. I never liked it.
And the hi-hat consumes a lot of energy from the marbles when it's hit, right?
Perhaps I can get the
They're
hi-hat here.
They like kind of die immediately.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Hannes?
They lose energy and velocity quick, the marbles, when they hit the hi-hat. They don't bounce that good from a hi-hat.
So that's why we have the funnel right there.
Yeah.
So they're just falling off the edge, and that could be the same if we use the sticks. I thought the sticks. The cool thing with the sticks is that you will see it better. As you would, it adds a bit of an music feeling, but it's like you never liked the sticks, right, Hannes?
It's dangerous territory in my just the gut feeling of having too much of that stuff removes a bit of the magic of the marbles. It quickly becomes a self-playing thing, even though it isn't, but the feeling is there. Kind of like when we watched all the cool self-playing instruments in the different museums.
Yeah.
And you see the drums, while cool, it loses its novelty quick.
Let me get the height to this mic. Hang on.
Absolutely.
Oh, coffee.
Oh, do you have coffee? My God, what luxury. So while Martin is out there running about, trying to find the hi-hat, I would just once again thank all the backers. This is not the total number now, because we already had like 5 or 6 new ones this stream joining in on the Wintergatan 2 channel. We haven't been able to add them yet to this total, but they will come there, I promise you. Thank you so much for supporting us. It means the world to us. Let's make a dramatic zoom in on Martin here.
Or maybe the A7.
Ah!
Oh, sorry,
You ruined my zoom in.
Sorry for ruining your... I guess you can hear. You hear it, Hannes, but the stream hears. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some marbles.
Here comes the most wonderful sound in the world. Metal on metal. Da, 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 da. Here they come. Oh, you also got wood marbles in there. You even got wood marbles with you.
I brought some... I brought some wood marbles. That sounds exactly the same, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's record this. Okay, so the wood marble and the stick. Can you get a real close-up, Hannes, with the eye level PTC?
Give me a couple of minutes and I will fix it for you.
Perfect. A side note to chat here is that a hi-hat, when it does this sound, it opens upwards. And if we're gonna be really disciplined about timing, we should have the top surface not move, but the bottom one go down so that the timing wouldn't change. Because if you want it really high, it's kind of only half a centimeter. Let me ask the Oracle how much half centimeter is at that point. How many milliseconds is half a centimeter? Let me see what they say. 1.1 milliseconds at the end of the fall. Yeah, it's very tight. But anyway, I have in the design requirements, if I go here, I actually have open downwards for timing. So let's just add a bit of a better thing for that. The hi-hat should open downwards to maintain the timing with the fall distance.
Fantastic. What do you say, Martin, about this glorious angle?
I
then?
absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Oh. All right. So a wooden marble sounds very similar to a drumstick.
Identical.
A steel marble, that's what kind of a heavy one. Let's take a smaller one. Wait.
It sounds pretty similar as well.
Let's take an even smaller one. Yeah, it's kind of similar actually. But
it's very similar.
I mean, there's if I take several drumsticks here. There is something to this animusic idea of like it's hard to see if I can do this. Why are my fingers uneven?
Are you recording this, Martin?
Yes. There is something cool with the drumsticks as well. Huh. I find this is really hard decision. It sounds good with steel marbles.
Yeah, it sounds really good. So, follow-up question is, what would be the simplest way to do it?
You're absolutely right that that's the follow-up question.
I have 2 super chats here that I want to read. First of all, we have from Jimmy that says, stick plus marbles novelty is better than marbles novelty. He's always been in stick. The team sticks.
He's sticking with Team Stick, yeah.
Yeah. And then we have from Martin as well that says you should use Wolfram Alpha for scientific query.
Oh yeah, I've heard that before. That's a great idea, Martin. I'm gonna put it in my notes.
Mm-hmm.
I've never actually tried it. It's an old tip. Actually, Martin is going to get his own place in the design requirement document here now. Let me go over to that. It's actually 0.9.0, 0.10.0. Martin notes. Use Wolfram Alpha for physics.
Do you know what that is?
Questions.
I have no clue.
I think it's. I've heard about it. I understand that it knows its physics, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna ask the Oracle what Wolfram Alpha is. No, we can look at it later. I think it's a really good idea for Martin here.
Then we also have from Jimmy here that says gut feeling. If you play the sticks with the marbles, there's not much point to the added risk of marble flying. If you play the stick with the profiles, you get a lot of simplicity, so they get more interesting.
Yeah.
I mean that it's programmed in the programming wheel then.
Yep. Which is then they move by themselves, which I think is too big of a step away from the. So the marbles flying, I think you mean, Martin, because we do have these hit points on the sticks. I don't know if that's what you meant. So we can control the marbles pretty nicely. But to answer Hannes' question, the simplest is no sticks.
No sticks?
But there are some sounds. Can I? No, I can. I can. Okay, let's talk a little bit about dynamics. Perhaps I hear now that
ghost notes.
We need some. No, it sounds good actually.
So good.
It's not as good, but it's good.
It would be really difficult to hear the difference when the whole machine is playing.
Yeah. So, steel marble versus wooden marble then. Actually, well, I think we already answered. It's the same.
Yeah.
So steel marble's simpler. Dynamics then.
Okay, explain the dynamic
How
issues
big
then.
the marbles needs to be. I think they can be pretty small to save on kinetic energy. Oh, it's so nice with the dynamics. Now I want 3 levels. Can I have mom?
Mom!
Can we have a low, mid, high? Please.
I mean, you're the SME, right?
Wow, thank you. So when I hear it here, I think it would be cool. Oh, we can have only one really strong, like that's like in the, you know,
What's
so
happening?
close to floor marbles. I have some songs in this shuffle tempo, which is like I have to play here. I can't play it when I don't have the drum kit. I'm crossing my arm. Like not so tight. But then it's nice to have an accent like that. And that accent marble can be one larger one, which is not part of a groove. It's like this when you really want a high note. But of course, then I also thought about hitting simultaneously with more of the high ones. But it would be cleaner to have. I think I want to add a 7th channel is what I'm saying. So let's go to the design requirements.
7th channel.
Yep.
Okay. While you take a look at that, Martin, we have a question in the form of a super chat here from W8YLD that says, once you design the internals, is there a lot of engineering that goes into the acoustics of the shell?
Thank you so much for the donation, Wait Ild. Can you expand on the question? The internals of what? And is there a lot of engineering that goes into the acoustic of the shell? Do you mean the drum shells? Yeah, please.
Probably.
Please expand a bit so I'm not answering the wrong thing.
Yeah, and before you do anything else, Martin, let's give a warm welcome to Gravelly Gravy. Gravelly Gravy. Because you just became a backer on YouTube memberships.
Oh, thank you so much, Gravelly Gravy. And meanwhile, I'm adding that accent super strong track. And I think we decided there's no sticks.
Nice.
I think we should just
I'm sorry for Team Sticks in chat, but we made some decisions. No sticks.
It's in several ways simplify stuff.
We have a follow-up here from W8YLD. By internals, I mean the instruments / drum shells.
Absolutely. Those are going to make a huge difference. So, but what's cool is that we can experiment. I can try a lot of different drums until I found the ones I like with different drum tuning, with different microphones and everything. So, good thing with that is that I can buy everything off the shelf. I don't have to invent a kick drum. So a lot of experimentation, but not a lot of engineering will go into that. And that's the difference now. On the previous machines, I built my own drums. And on this one, I'm going to buy off the shelf.
Now Martin wants to know, with a super chat, what about drumstick roll?
Thank you, Martin. That's for the snare drum. Don't need it for the hi-hat.
Hi-hat doesn't need roll.
I mean, drums do it. They do stuff like that, but the Marble machine doesn't have to do that. I'm super happy with the accent, super strong track. 2 weak tracks, 4 strong tracks. Or is it 3-3? Maybe it's 3-3. Maybe it's 3 strong, 3 weak. Okay, this is my assumption now. 7 tracks. Let's CAD it. Clad it. Because here, as you can see, Hannes, we only have, let me record that. So now in the CAD model, we only have this one center track, and now we need to add 7. I think the hi-hat is important, actually. I think it deserves. Hi-hat and the snare drum is like, there's a lot of the soul into a drum beat goes into those two. So let's switch to hi-hat. And how did I do this before? I want to make perhaps use the sphere for the mate connector. Yeah, good. I'm learning.
Jimmy is wondering, is the total tracks count starting to be an issue or not at all?
Yes, it's the total tracks is issue.
It is issue.
Oh. So what's it's a good question. Let me actually stay a little bit thinking about that. And while I'm thinking, let's actually do design requirements from that. Can you put Jimmy's comment up again, Hannes?
Of course. There you go.
Let's go and add functional top system level of the whole thing design requirement. No, perhaps not of the whole thing. It should be on the I think it's on the marble loop systems level thingy. The total number of marble tracks should be kept to as few as possible. So why is that? Well, because especially since we want to have 2 music programs, which means we want 2 programming tracks for each marble track. But I had one idea today that makes it a bit more simple. Because what's the worst thing to having like 300 channels in the end? It's to make the programming. It's to like, how do we make 300 channels for every song without losing all the money we have on materials, basically? Or how can the songs will use so much material is actually the worst thing. Building the registrators and stuff on the machine is not the problem with having many tracks, but I think making a music program is the problem. But then I realized something, and where did I put that? On the programming wheel. I put it on the programming wheel this morning. Here. The music program could be designed to only use material where there is note information. So most of the tracks on the machine is completely silent most of the time. Meaning, just like in on the previous machine, I put a little Lego Technique thing in where there was a note, and the grid was always there. And the way I have in my mind to build the program is with all these profiles that would have required a lot of material for also the silent parts of a silent track. Meaning if we had 300 things and we only need 20 of them for a whole song, probably not, but just think about that, we would still use materials for the 280 silent channels. But this idea is that if we put more of the structure on the machine that is not changeable, and the things that is changing is more only the little notes, only the information, that can reduce the material in the music program a lot. This is hard to follow when I don't show it, but this...
And it's even harder to follow when you scoot out of frame. Could you hop in a little bit more? There we go.
But this kind of helps it that the many tracks is more okay. Sorry for kind of a long derailment, but it's a perfect question from Jimmy actually.
Yeah, and then we have another question with a super chat from Martin that's asking, could stacking marble dividers help reduce number of total tracks to manage?
Yes, and which is why that's a good idea. Which is why I love to use the different sizes of the marbles, because I think that is one way of stacking marble dividers. We could also have separated loops. So let me write that. That's actually there's
Really good.
There's two things. So let's do that.
You did have a Martin comments. Martin comments.
Yeah, but I think I want to add this actually into the. I think I want to add this into the real section of the. So marble divider. We can add it as a note to the marble dividers here. We could stack marble dividers in parallel by, for example, using separate tracks on the conveyor belt that separate funnels attached to. We could also stack them by using size of marbles. So the reason for that, the why for that, and I can talk into the why. One marble divider can have problem handling 300 marble tracks. Stacking 4 dividers on top, and then each divider only has to handle like 80 tracks. It's a good point.
Very, very good point. Thank you so much for the donation and great comment, Martin.
Yes. Let's see if I can use the point of this mate connector, and we're going to start with these hi-hat drops. Cool thing with the hi-hat, okay, I'm gonna show it later. We asked Marcus earlier for the kick drum if we needed to always hit the center of the kick drum, and for the hi-hat we don't have that issue, because as long as we hit the same amount of distance from the edge, it's actually the same sound. So seen from above, okay, so it's 100 millimeters to that. I see. That's fine. How big is this marble? 10. So we're gonna offset this mate connector 10 millimeters in the green direction. Look at me go. -10, -10. Here we go. Do you know how good I am at this?
There he is. Only if you could scoot a bit into frame, I would be even more happier. Then you would be really good. But you don't listen to me, do you? There we go. Bring your mic with you.
So I'm thinking these drops should be... let's not go into... Yeah, it kind of... Yeah, we should go into kind of that detail. Because if we want to spread out 7 marble drops, I think we should spread them out on a half arc here. But that arc also need the angle of the hi-hat.
We do have a question, and perhaps could be a little bit of derailment, but I will bring it up from Jimmy here as well. We're still considering many things as if we can ensure proper bounce/catch on every instrument. This doesn't seem to have been a solved issue on Marble Machine X. What gives confidence here?
That's a good question, Jimmy. On Marble Machine X, I tried to make the funnels as small as possible, and they worked really well despite being super small. On this machine, I'm happy with just making the catchers 5 times as big. That is the confidence. I had this cool idea. That's one of the part of the pipe dream music machine video that I don't want to mimic, with this really cool thing that the marble hitting a really small funnel. I don't care about that on this machine. The catchers are going to be as big as they need to be on this machine.
Are they gonna move the funnels?
I hope so.
Okay.
Let me add another sketch surface now on this spot. Do I need a line first, or I can tilt it with a degree perhaps? So I wanna go on that line. Now we maybe going to rotate around the red. Rotate about X, and it's 20 degrees because the hi-hat is 20 degrees. So that is not following the hi-hat angle right now. I have to keep that in mind. Oh, which means that this should be a variable. A document. Did you see what I did there?
You stopped in your tracks. You stopped in your marble tracks to add some variables.
Let's stopped in my marble tracks. That was a very good one. Let's go to the variable studio. We have a variable studio. In here, we're going to have hi-hat angle. Hi-hat angle.
You love this.
I love it. And it didn't at all turn indicated. It's an angle and it's 20 degrees. 20, boom. So if we go back to where were we? We were in the hi-hat, right? Instruments, drums, hi-hat. Or were we in the drums sub-assembly? Was I in the sub-assembly? Then I was at the wrong place. Oh, that's the old hi-hat. Okay, I need to put those into the correct folders here. So now I'm gonna tilt the mate connector plane with my variable here. Hi-hat angle. Ha! See? Boom. Now that follows. If we do this angle in the blob part, also with the variable. So let's go and do that so we are doing our CAD stuff correctly. Some of this stuff is going to be... now I have 110 degrees here. We need to find where I can put 20. It's not here. We have to add another line down to get the 20. Here we have to remove this angle, and now we write hi-hat hi-hat angle. Yes. So this, some of these CADs I'm building now, Hannes, might be the CAD that I'm using later. Like, so I wanna learn to build it like correctly.
You wanna do it proper.
Kind of. We'll see. I don't know if this is gonna work. If I use this now, yeah, it's projecting in a different way than Fusion used to project. So that didn't go well at all. Let's just see how big the height is. 370.
I just saw a fun comment from Rafael here that says Martin almost mentioned 2 horror movies in one sentence. It Follows and The Blob. I'm happy that someone else thinks like me out there in chat. I heard the exact same thing.
You did?
Yes, I was thinking about, It Follows. That's a pretty good movie. And then ever since Derek introduced you to the Blob workspace, I've been thinking about the Blob.
That's super fun. I couldn't sleep after Silent
String.
Lamb.
Silence of the Lambs.
Stranger Things. I broke my girlfriend's hand watching season 1 Stranger Things. So I couldn't. I loved.
Not literally. Don't.
I
don't
loved
want
it.
to alarm everyone.
I loved it. So here's my arc for the hit points. If you see where I'm going with this, we have to position the marble hit points around this tilted arc here, which means this funnel is going to be a bit larger. Some of them could also, yeah. Let's do it like this for now to help us take the real decisions. We want 7. 1 in the middle and 3 on the sides. Done. It's actually 7 is a more symmetric number for when 1 is in the actual middle. It's kind of nice. Sizes done. And spacing. What did I say? I said I wanted 3 strong ones and 1 accent one. I'm not going to decide this exactly now. So let's do 20 as the kind of strong ones, and let's do 14 as the weak ones. We can do 14 here. Huh. Is this the accent one? The crazy one on the side? 30? Boom. That's the accent one. Love it. Oh, it's tilting like this. Can I do about that? Can I do vertical between you and you? Yes. And then the last one here is done 14, I guess. Why are these together? I don't like that. 14. This is not final.
Looks like you're making a necklace.
Yeah.
I like it.
There is some horizontal constraint here that I need to take out. How do we decide how much space they need?
How do we decide what to do with the time that is given to us?
Wow.
Pippin.
Hannes been talking to the IRS again. Sorry.
We need to believe that there's still some good left in this world.
Oh no. I don't know if this is a smart way to constrain them sideways. I'm going to do something. Make it exist first, make it good later.
There we go.
This is not like... I don't know if we can have them this tight because we need a whole... We need a whole thing next between them, you know. The whole marble drops and stuff. I just added... apparently everything is 25 apart except this one that is going to be 30. But it's exciting to start to look at the actual marble drop positions. What we can see right away is that this funnel needs to be like wider, or we need to guide them straight into the middle a little bit. I saw Wilson.
Oh, was he here? Huh. That's fun.
I like that you have
You
a
never know.
fire of Wilson button somewhere in your...
I don't know what you're talking about.
We can also deflect them to hit the middle, just like we did on the kick drum. Is that a better idea? So we have kind of, when we film, all the marbles hit the same spot. But then we have to deflect some of them. I'm pretty deep into the hi-hat now. I want to know the number of tracks. What I'm saying is that I don't think it's going to be this exact position.
Mhm.
But let's revolve them like this. Or sizes or something. It's not I don't know. It's not I don't think I need to make those decisions on this stream to actually make great progress anyway.
Okay. Spoken like a true SM.
Yeah, I hope I'm not postponing. Paul Drover said that I should work horizontally, meaning on the same, like finish the same level of everything and try to avoid deep dives. Basically now, this number 7 is basically the number I want to know to be able to do marble tracks and stuff. Exactly where they sit, I don't think is the most important.
Not today's topic, at least.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to get to the next instrument.
I do have to wrap all these individually. Solid. Okay. Hides the sketch. All right. Getting the hang of how to do this fast. That one. Going to record a little bit for Alphonse here.
Yes.
Boom. So hitting Shift W to revolve these marbles. What's up with this one? I think that this one is missing a line. Seven Hyatt tracks.
7 rings.
7 Horcruxes. Cool. Looks like some kind of planets.
Yeah.
With this that tilted arc.
Very
there.
on brand.
Yeah. So let's just do all of these gray. And I think I just wanna put them down by the hi-hat as well. Because they're like the kick drum. Let's just make a linear pattern of the marbles. Oh, did I add that one? The direction is this. And again, now we can use our variable. We want to have the distance to be marble drop height. Why isn't that updating? Oh, it is. Minus 10, perhaps. I have to do something then. Cannot subtract length and unitless number. All right, if I put that in a parenthesis, can I then do minus 10 millimeters? Yes. Instant count 2. But I need to fix this, and ended up being one part for some reason. So this revolve, I did a mistake. It should be new. Yeah, this cladding takes some time, even though I'm getting faster. So it's really important I don't do it too much.
And Jean wants to know why have the heaviest marble furthest out from every other?
I had this idea of making more room for, because this heaviest marble needs bigger marble gate. And then I want all these as tight as possible, and then this one would push them away from each other if it was in the middle.
Okay.
These should be gray. Let's see if we have all of them down here now. We don't yet. We have to include this last one in the pattern. Now we do. That looks cute.
Very, very cute.
So, and here's a good thing with this is that they don't need to hit the same spot because they're all going to make the same sound anyway. Not completely true if we think about the microphone. If we have a microphone shooting exactly at this spot, this looks like this because there's two marbles on the same place, exactly at this spot, then this one would be weaker. So let's note into the design requirements on the hi-hat that we should think about the hit point. Hit hi-hat. Okay. I'm a little bit more sure now. Hi-hat consists of 7 marble tracks. Now it wrote hi-hat correctly for the first time.
You see, it's learning. It's tapping into your conscious, Martin.
I would love that.
I would love that. Inject me with it.
The marbles can be allowed to hit separate hit points on the hi-hat, but perhaps they should be guided towards a more central spot to make the catcher smaller and more accurate, but also the distance to the microphone more similar. Was not the word. More
coherent, consequent, consistent.
Consistent, thank you. That was the one. The marvels.
The marvels.
Yeah, I'm going to go into the hard settings on because it's not smart now. I think I can make it super smart.
Can you make that to me as well?
It's
go into my hard settings.
Make you super smart.
Yes.
In life, Hannes, we get a certain amount of XP to put on different abilities. And your hype, kindness, and feel good XP is so maxed out. So
okay,
I put them all on that. So you have to be a little bit.
I have to be a little bit slow. I got it.
It was meant to be like an endearing compliment, and then I saw where it was going by the end.
You're endearingly dumb. I like it.
But look at this. I'm actually getting excited. Okay, let me. I'm getting excited here. We're seeing the 7 tracks of the hi-hat, the 3 of the kick drum, the 3 of the ride. And so far, to my eyes, there's nothing that looks difficult to build up here on the marble drops. I can get 7 marbles to this spot. Perhaps more problematic here then is to catch all those 7. These 7 won't fall into this funnel. This one will rather play the snare drum, which we don't want. So I guess we want to guide them much more into the same spot. Yeah. But it's actually for not really for now to decide. Okay, we did the hi-hat. Whew. Thank you. Thank you. No sticks.
No sticks. Decisions made.
I wonder if there should be like a stick on the accent marble. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. You'll see the hi-hat like move a bit more. It moves from being hit, so. Oh, that's actually a good design requirement because the hi-hat shouldn't move on an arm. The hi-hat sits on a secure stand. It does not sit on a pivoting arm. going in to ask. No. The hi-hat should be held in a way so that it moves slightly when being hit to communicate the hit. All right, that's all I wanted to say. Whew.
Good.
What's
next?
Yeah, I'm thinking to do a simpler one. I'm thinking skipping snare because it's involved, and I'm thinking perhaps save the snare for last. So let's do the carousel.
Oh, that's simpler.
The carousel. That's
Yeah, it's just one drop. That's right.
yes, that's the great question. Not one, two.
Two.
Two identical.
I like that.
Me too. Let's go for the carousel. I think we already have.
My Memeplex has something to add here. Things to check. Time needed for marble 1 to leave the path and hit point of marble 2 on the same instrument. Is it the same for all instruments? Could be difference for drums versus vibraphone versus cymbals.
Yeah, it's a good comment. Especially if you route them to the same point. But basically, what I see when I look at what the Oracle told me about the times, we should perhaps check Wolfram Alpha for that. Should we see what Wolfram Alpha... That actually gets me into the Wolfram Alpha thing. Let me just Google that. Wolfram Alpha. Good point, my Memeplex. Computational intelligence. Okay, so this is... Wait. Can you stop? Enter what you want to calculate or know about. Huh. This is Wolfram Alpha. I've seen it, but I don't really know. Let's just try something. I want to know speeds of falling objects. I'm talking to Wolfram Alpha now. Natural language. Doesn't understand your query. Natural language. Okay, this is not how you use it. All right, I get it. Use different physics, mechanics. Yeah, you can do very precise calculations here. Find equations, compute. I see. Relativity. Do relativistic addition of velocities. Cool. It's above my pay grade, honest.
That's why I have checked out as well. I understand nothing.
Yeah. We're going to get to that part of the project where I do need to make physics calculations, and then that website is going to be much better than an AI assistant because it's not using LLM, it's using actual math. So we can trust it more and actual equations.
Martin says, define which object you want. Falling objects is too generic.
Yeah, I see. Thank you for showing me Wolfram Alpha. We're going to revisit that when we need to, definitely.
Yeah, and it's also like a lot of things. It takes some time for Martin to marinate the idea and concepts. He will get around to it. Not the best to do on stream anyway, to learn something like that.
Exactly. But to use real physics calculations rather than asking an AI, I'm on board with. It's the proper way to do it when we're really going to check stuff. Carousel. I do think we already have there's a lot of notes here. I don't have the marble drops. All right. The carousel has 2 marble tracks and they are identical, hitting the same hit point. So,
Is this for Alphonse?
oh yeah, I did record it by mistake actually.
Good.
This is not an atomic design requirement. I'm not going to stop my flow by being too hard on me with those kind of things. I can go in and divide that into 2 or 3 design requirements later. Trademark logo. You know, TM. It's a
Yes.
TM meme.
Yeah.
We'll do it later, TM.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that sometimes. All right, let's switch to Carousel. And I think this one is so simple. It's just adding. Let me just see how I did this.
And while I do that, I have a comment from my memeplex here that says, after this round, I'd like a proper build stream of a marble loop. At least the dropper instrument catcher part. A sturdy prototype.
I think
And
that
then I see comments that agrees with this.
I think that is it's a really, really good idea, and it goes with an idea of building the one-track machine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to try something by making 300 tracks. I just need to try something by making 1 track.
Yeah.
I think it's a great next step. We should note it down. Because I agree. Let me stand it up like that. I think this is more in a under a process tab, and we have a tab called design process. So basically where we are and where we're going. So where we are in the process right now, I don't know how to get it to write this like instructions. I think I can do it later. I'm gonna learn. We are doing a second iteration of the CAD model, nailing down the core functionality. The it shouldn't add and stuff like that.
I'm pretty impressed with this app though.
It's super fun. It's super fun. Next, we should build a one-track machine, a sturdy prototype that we can spend some time on, that is actually serious, that allows us to try all the actual designs. Okay, we noted it down.
Good job.
It's another way to it's definitely another way to be at the computer. Saves time, 100%.
Yes, as long as you take your time to make it as robust as possible, have some design requirements for it, think about what you want to test using it, and then design it.
I agree. That's perfect. That's perfect. Marble drop height. To the bottom. Good, good, good. And perhaps I should just do one more that is off axis here now. It's a little annoying that that one is. Let's just add it like this, actually. It's fine. They should both be a little bit off center. But this is fine. Is that 20? No, that's 25 probably. Yes, 25. And this is also drop. Marble drop height. And what is this distance? We had 25 on some other thing. It doesn't matter. It's just sketch. Let's do 30. shift. It's hard to go from a sketch into a revolve because it's choosing everything in that sketch. I need to learn how to avoid that because it takes a lot of time for me to add a simple revolve. I'm just going to add it like that. It's fine.
You're fine.
Fix the little thing. Perhaps I can actually go into the blob space and drag that thing out so it looks a little bit more better. I want to drag this extrusion out, which I'm sorry to inform you is not a thin extrude.
We also have, adding to the prototype discussion, we have a super chat and comment from Martin here that says test should also be informative, not by feel. So it should be prepared properly, scale, etc., not ad hoc improv.
Yeah. I can add that. It's absolutely. I think though this
quote unquote serious prototype. How do you say it?
Yeah. On that point, when we reach that kind of seriosity level with the prototype, the tests should be quantifiable by measurements and not by intuition and stomach feeling. We should evolve up to a more rigorous way of working.
No willy-nilly tinkering.
No. But I think that prototype is pretty far away. I think I have a lot of CAD to do before we can defend that prototype. But I'm looking so much forward to it. I think most people watching will enjoy that much more.
Yeah, me as well.
Yep.
Switching between all the 2,000 camera angles. That's what I'm looking forward to.
So we're actually done with the carousel. And here you can see the brilliancy of the carousel. 2 marble tracks that allows us to play the cowbell, the circle, the second circle, and the crash cymbal. So that is such a good addition, actually. Such a fun instrument that adds a lot of value with very few marble tracks.
Makes me swallow that pill a bit easier when I see how simple it is. Now that we've gotten to the point of like, okay, it's 2 marbles being dropped. Simple. I like it.
Yeah, the carousel feels a bit complicated when you think about, oh, the instrument's gonna move and stuff like that. I'm happy you like it. Okay. You know what? Let's do...
the mammoth.
All right. We are almost done. We have the bass and the snare drum left to do. The snare drum is most difficult, so let's take the bass.
Slay that dragon, Martin. Come on now.
And I actually did some thinking before the stream here, and I know I want 12 tracks divided on. Let's go to the bass. Here. 4-string standard range EIA-DG tuning. Each string has 2 fingered channels and 1 slap channel. 12 marble tracks in total for the bass. And this was actually for you for the dictation. I can actually show you, Hannes. The built-in from Mac OS is this one. If I place the marker and hit Command twice. But for example, the reason that I tried the app was because it spelled bass as a bass.
What? Is it stupid?
Yeah, so I got around by doing this. So if I added the context of bass guitar, it's got it right. But I didn't want to babysit the dictation transcription device. Hence, I went for another way. But that's free and built straight into the accessibility features on OS X.
Pretty good.
Also, that one was actually really good.
And chat did not hear Martin. Okay, so that was a difference with that.
It took over.
You cut out.
Okay, so that's not good. I'm happy. So we have 12 tracks.
I also have, before you get going there, Martin.
Yep.
I have a super chat and comment from Martin. You do remember about shaker module, right?
Oh, we do. Thank you, Martin. It's right here, and it doesn't use marbles. It needs a lot of design requirement, but today I'm only want to find out how many marble tracks we're gonna have up here.
Okay, today is marble focus.
Yes.
Yeah.
So shaker and tambourine module, they're in so far, and they have to have their own programming. They have to have their own follow cam thing is here, but they're not part of this run through here today.
Got it.
All right, so let's go to the bass. Switch to bass. And I think I'm just going to use those levers that we used on the tests. So this is perhaps a bit more boring than hitting the strings directly, but will give me a fantastic opportunity. So I think I'm going to do this very, very simply by just linear pattern these in a straight line. This is going to be easy to build and easy to clad. Linear pattern, this direction, we want 12, we want it to be centered, then we want 6 apparently, because it doubles, and the distance is perhaps 30. Is that little too little? 40. There we go. So in the video that we showed last stream, Hannes, we had these, the marbles are falling on these actuators, like keys, bass keys. It feels a little bit distanced from the bass strings, but I know it will sound fantastic. And I know, honestly, on the Martin X, it was hard getting the bass to sound good and play well. I think this way, this is the simpler, I'm taking the simpler route, which is also sounding good. So we don't need to replace the bass. But then the bass are going to have a lot of channels with the muters and stuff like that. So let's expand this one in the blob space. Can I switch to blob here? Oh, I can. Oh, that's faster. Nice. Learning that. So this extrusion of the gates, bass gates. I saw you, Wilson.
Was he back?
I like your acting skills, Hannes. They're really good.
It's easier when I'm not on camera. I can trick everyone.
So, okay, I didn't extrude them hard enough. Let's extrude this a bit more. Can I switch to... No. Let's make this 450 then. If that's how we want it. Oh, I forgot recording. It's been on for a long time. But you see what's nice?
You're welcome, Alphonse.
Yeah. What's nice here with these 12 tracks is that they're not colliding with the 2 tracks of the conveyor belt. It's going to be a bit busy to have like 12 vibraphone tracks dropping there and 12 bass tracks just behind them. But they're on a different plane. So basically, if we just make sure that these gates have holes where the bass marbles are falling through, that should be fine. So the more and more I see this instrument set up, the more I think we're onto something here. All right. We have time to reach my goal, I think.
And what is your goal?
The goal is to finish all the instruments. We can see it here on the goal. You have another one you want to go to. Finish all instruments.
Finish all instruments.
Decide marble tracks for each instrument. Write design requirements, do the clad, and finish all instruments. We actually only have the hardest instrument left, the snare drum.
The snare drum, okay.
Yeah.
That
Okay, let's do the final
is a
and
beast.
hardest instruments, the snare drum. I saw it. I said that for the video. Sorry for interrupting you.
Can you do it again? Because now your corner is gone as well.
Ah, smart. All right, one final instrument for the marble tracks, the snare drum here. Boom.
Wow. Great take.
All right, the snare drum. That is complicated. We learned that we have the ghost notes probably needs to be captured. The ghost notes can't jump the entire vibraphone, we learned. And I want the rolls and I want the ghost notes. So let's go into the design requirements of the snare drum and see. I think we already written stuff here. Yes. And I realized again that we should have one like accent track, which is like the real. It's only used very seldom.
Explain accent.
Yeah, that's the hardest, super hard. That's for the dynamic.
Super hard hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
like an accent. It's when you have a bracket in the notes. If you play, that's the
Okay.
accent.
There we go. Thank you so much. I'm not a professional musician. I don't understand. Accents to me is when you speak.
So here I have all of those. Okay, let's do a crazy dictation and let's make this. This design requirement is not atomic. It says a lot of ideas. I'm going to make this atomic. Snare drum must play ghost notes. Snare drum must play short rolls. Snare drum. The snare drum must play long rolls. The snare drum must play soft hits. And then perhaps it's faster to just copy paste to say medium hits and hard hits. The snare drum must play super hard accent hits. Side stick. The snare drum could play side stick. That's the...
When you hit the rim.
Yeah,
right?
like in a ballad before the... You only...
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of... it's not really cool, right? I don't think you listen to any songs with that sound, Hannes.
I've never heard it.
No, and you are cool. It's
I
ballads.
am cool.
It's ballads.
Ooh. That's my ghost notes. Ooh.
Like Bodyguard. What's the ballad from Bodyguard?
I will always love you.
Yeah. They only do the snare drum for like the second chorus. That's the side stick.
Okay. Cast it into the fire.
Okay.
I have a question here from Hailshires Haven.
Yep.
And a super chat as well, so thank you so much. Have you considered cyber plectrums with 2 cam profiles each for 2 movement axes? For plucks, slaps and string muting. No marbles though. Just food for thought, as like with the shaker. Not all instruments warrant having the sound be actuated by marbles.
Thank you, Haven. And yes, and I think I want to build something like you said, but it is marble activated. The mutes, if you take up the last comment, Hannes. The mutes will be no marbles. That's only for the profiles. Just like play, we have a video called "Play Bass with Marbles" from Vänersborg, like I referenced last stream. That goes through it pretty well. And slaps, I think I'm onto something like that actually. If I understand you correctly. The 2 movement axis, I don't understand. So if you can elaborate on that, I would be super happy.
Thank you so much for donation, Haven. Great to have you here.
100%. So now we have to decide how many tracks this is. So short rolls and long rolls, I think the best thing would be to have 1 marble track with no difference in what the marble does, but the operator reduces the resistance and make the rolls longer, if that makes sense. So the operator choose how long the rolls are. So
Haven came back to you here with, I was thinking of directly controlling those marble actuated fingers with cams.
yeah, I see. Some of the mutings are directly controlled with cams. But yeah, I think we have to stick to the idea of the machine. I think all the like real, for example, the hammer arms. So the hammer on, when we do this, I think the hammer on doesn't need to be a cam. So when you take the note, that's a marble. But when you hammer on the finger, that's a hammer on. That's with the discs directly. Which also means that you can play much faster. So most will be marbles, but there's going to be a lot of effects without the marbles, I think.
Awesome.
So, the rolls are played with 1 single marble track. The rolls, yeah. We have to get the better model for that. The operator manually switches between long and short rolls. Because that adds DJ factor. I can put on adds DJ factor. Because all of a sudden if I want to I can switch. I think that's cool. It helps the programming wheel as well. So that's 1 track. How many soft hits? Soft hits with, oh no, that's a W. I can't write. I have to go copy a W so I can paste W until I soft hits with 2 tracks. Okay, have it your way. The snare drum must play soft hits with 2 marble tracks. The snare drum must play medium hits, 3 tracks. I'm just going from experience here. The snare drum must play hard hits. Daga daga boof. I mean, if you want to make that drum fill, you need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tracks. So we're 1, 3, 6, 7, 8. What about the side stick, Hannes?
We cast that into the fire, didn't we?
You want to cast it into the fire?
You said it was a ballad.
Oh wait, the ghost notes are not here. I said it was ballad.
I have a hard time. You're the composer, Martin. Do you ever use those noises?
I like those noises, yes.
Like, use?
Could play side stick 1 track. Let's enter it and we'll see. I think the snare drum should be so cool on this machine. 1 track. I forgot the ghost notes.
Ooh.
At least 2 tracks. I have to paste the okay. The snare drum must play ghost notes 2 tracks.
I have a super chat from Martin here with a comment to you that says, make sure there won't be collisions in flight between different tracks, i.e. ensure there is always spatial separation between tracks.
Absolutely. But also we will know exactly where. I want to add to that, Martin, and thank you for the support, that you can also make sure that there are timing separation. So they can share the same airspace as long as they don't share the same time space, if that's...
The time space.
Because this machine will know exactly where the marbles are at that point. So they can cross each other's path, but there's a limitation of that they don't do it at the same time.
Okay.
So what do we have here? We have 2, 3, 5, 8, 12, 13, 14. I should have written this as a list instead. I almost want that.
Dreadful Drummer says signal versus noise. It's a long time I heard that. Is that something to have in mind now?
Signal versus noise is super important. For example, if the gear sounds super much, the vibraphone, if the gears are louder than the vibraphone sound will always have a gear sound in it.
Mm-hmm.
But Dreadful Drummer, signal versus noise is also referred to like when you're thinking about the wrong stuff. So let us know if you talked about acoustics or philosophy. I just want to make a list of the tracks actually. So track 1 is ghost note. 2 is a ghost note. Ghost note A, ghost note B. And then we have 3 is rolls. Long plus short. 4 soft hit A. 5 soft hit B. 6 medium hit A. 7 medium hit B, 8 medium hit C. All right. Almost. Nine hard hit A, 10 hard hit B, 11 hard hit C, 12 hard hit D.
Dreadful Drummer came back here with the comment, I was only saying noises or undesired sounds because you said you liked those noises.
Yeah, it was Hannes' word of noise. The side stick. The side stick is actually signal and not noise. And now I understand, Dreadful Drummer, what you mean. 14 accent super hard hit. Whoa, that's a lot of tracks. Also, when we're going to do 2 programs of this, then it's 28 tracks for the snare drum.
Sing hallelujah!
Singing hallelujah. End of stream vibes. Okay.
No.
Ghost notes. Okay. Ghost notes need to be collected separately. I think we have written something about that. No, we haven't. So let's write about that. Ghost note marbles need to be picked up separately in a catcher of their own. They cannot jump over the vibraphone. These are not design requirements. These are more designer notes. But it's the same for the roll marbles. Roll marbles need to activate a drumstick, and the marbles need to be catched separately. They cannot jump the vibraphone. The soft hit marbles might not be able to jump the vibraphone and might need to be collected separately. TBA. I don't know if TBA.
TBD?
TBD, yeah. No, it's a big decision, so I'm going to announce it Hannes, to be announced.
People are shouting 11. Missing 11.
Ah. Nice. True. I have 4 of the hards. Thank you. So it's only 13 tracks.
That's nothing.
Oh, with the side stick, it's I think the side stick is pretty fun. Side stick.
Add it now. It can be deleted later.
Yeah. It can and should be
But,
deleted.
but something that will never be deleted is the love we have for our wonderful backers that supports us through YouTube memberships. Now even memberships on Wintergatan 2. So we're expanding. And through Patreon and Twitch as well. It means everything to us. This is what keeps us afloat these days. Your support, yeah, it literally keeps us going. So we appreciate you very, very much. Thank you all for believing in us on this marvelous adventure.
Thank you so much.
And then I faded out in my very dramatically as I said it.
Okay, so how ambitious can I go with the cladding of this now? Or am I just going to I don't think I have the unfortunately I don't have the brain space, I think. I'm just going to put them on a straight line here. Let's go to the snare and do it like that. Switch to snare. I'm going to sketch on a mate connector in the middle of this sphere. And we're going to align the plane with the right default geometry. No, we're not. With the front default geometry. Yes. I've done a lot of thinking about this previously. I'm kind of redoing some stuff here. I should probably just use what I've done before. Perhaps I can just do it and we can mirror to the other side.
And I have Ludwig join the chat here with a question, Martin. Wouldn't it be possible to have one track that splits up and down into a double-decker dropper, but using only the one track? I know, wrong time, but question could need marinating.
Expand, Ludwig. What problem does it solve? Do you mean one programming track? To drop faster? Is that what you're saying? That's interesting. If it drops, yeah, please, Ludwig, elaborate. What's the idea? Let's add a horizontal constraint here. I need to sneak peek on those. Okay, let's make a ghost note. It's a 14mm marble. Whoops. Let's make a soft hit. The ghost note I think is smaller actually. I think that's 10. Hard to handle those small marbles. Soft hit is 14. Medium hit is 20.
The one
Okay, he's coming. He's coming.
Here he is coming. Here he is coming.
Come around here and I'll give you the mic while I'm catting, Ludwig.
Well, sorry, the 1 minute delay made it so much easier to just come here. No, so yeah, the idea is to have less tracks on the programming wheel, but still have it so that it goes quicker, and without taking more space where you drop the thing, so that it would be basically just one set of marble goes down a little bit and one goes up, but then so that they become a double decker.
Up and down is not good because that changes the fall height, but can they not split like that?
I mean, so if it just goes up a little bit, so it basically drops, like it loads the dropper
On the same height?
Yeah.
How does the programming track knows
So
to alternate between the two marble drops?
using the same system that you had for the where you push it once and it goes back, and where it gets stuck in one position and then goes back. So you have like a dual, like the same motion does do two different things. Or just to have two holes here and then one like hole that drops it down back and forth. So it basically does each other. Needs some marinating maybe.
It's because there's a lot of instances where like one marble, we have two channels that we want to do the same job, and then it's cool, really cool idea. I don't know exactly.
I just think that it could make it a little bit easier without having to have the twisting mechanism, and you can play both notes even if they are next to each other.
We have to insert it into the idea bank, Ludwig. I like the out-of-box idea. Thank you so much. Ludwig coming in with the goods live.
And then we have Jasper that says, "Hey, wait! Didn't I discuss this with you before, Martin?
Yeah, but I don't.
This old Tony Notch thing."
Yeah, the old Tony Notch thing is a big process of a lot of stuff. So if Jasper and Ludwig had the same idea, then it really feels absolutely worth checking it out. I have a Jasper note. Do I have a Ludwig note? I'm gonna make a Ludwig note here. 0.11.0 Ludwig notes. Investigate if it's possible to use one single programming track that controls 2 marble drops for the same instruments. For example, the medium hits on the snare drum, and somehow can repeat notes faster by, for example, dropping marble A when the profile ends and dropping marble B when the profile starts, and solving the marble loading time issue. Because what Ludwig is solving there is the marble loading time issue. That's the thing we are, and it would like, if a solution like that would also delete a lot of parts from the machine. Question is it stable and simple and timing like simple enough so that the deletion is a simplification, and does it add new problems to solve? Cool. Jasper, what was your was that the same idea with double drops?
Double drops versus marble flaps. But I meant double drops versus marble flaps. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Jasper had the same idea to delete the flaps, where I think the flaps is actually winning in that competition. The flaps winning in deleting more parts than the double drops, I think.
Martin.
Yeah.
Do we have a good
ending for Alphonse video?
Yeah, to give something to Alphonse today.
I need to just quickly. I'm going to cheat. Don't live stream audience. Don't tell.
Yeah. This is our secret now.
I'm going to go and just. I need to add 20 here. And I guess, what else? Do we have the hard hits? 25. Yeah, I couldn't completely... the snare drum is a beast. And needs a lot of thinking. And I think, actually, I have done fantastic work these hours.
Yes, you have.
But I couldn't really get all the way with the snare drum, so I'm going to cheat a bit here by just claiming I'm going to mirror this pattern. I'm just going to do something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's actually ridiculous, but yeah, let's do that. It's an interesting idea from Ludwig and Jasper. It's important that it doesn't add other complexity.
Yep.
If it doesn't, it could be fantastic. That's where I think it's going to be so fun to red team the CAD later. Like, how can we delete parts and have the same functionality, or what functionality can we delete so that we can simplify this machine a lot? Which I think is important to try to do sooner rather than later. I don't CAD for 2 years and then do that.
Yeah.
Is it more fun if I pretend that I don't see Wilson?
Yeah, it's the viewer's secret.
Okay. I have my monitors are so fantastic, so it's like. Now this is interesting. Can I mirror this over a sketch plane. For example, this sketch plane. No. Can I mirror it on this plane? Oh. Nice. Boolean. No, it's not an add, it's a new. Yes. Beautiful. Shift P hides everything, and now let's linear pattern this. Can I use the top plane as a direction? I can. Ha! I love that.
Heck yeah.
And then the distance is, we know, marble drop height minus 5 millimeters. And then instance count is 2. So it's a little bit of a hoax, these more marble positions, but it tells me, oh, look at this. It's coming along, Hannes.
That is fantastic.
Okay, so let's do some kind of ending for Alphonse.
Yeah. Let's remove you from the corner, I think.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. All right, we got most of all the instrument positions and most of the marble tracks. The snare marbles still has a lot of work to find out. It's going to be like 14 tracks. I just put a few marbles here to show that there are going to be a lot of marbles on the snare drum. I need to go back and fix those a little bit more exact. But what really makes me happy is that what we're seeing in this image right now is what the machine should actually do. So you heard me talk about this, like on the first machine, I started with a cool gear, and at the very end of the build, I like, let's add some kind of vibraphone as well. Now we're starting here with the core functionality of what this machine needs to do. And then later, it's a design process. How can it achieve that? Perhaps with a drivetrain, something like that, but perhaps not. The drivetrain is not a function. The instruments are the functions. And I have all these functions written down pretty nicely in the design requirement document that I'm not scared to work in anymore. So yeah, I think we have, I think this is a huge success actually. And I hope that I can build on top of this progress and progress much faster from here on, which I have been saying for 9 years. See you next Wednesday.
I'll give you applause from over here. Good job, Martin.
Thank you, Hannes. You too. I would like to actually extend this. I see the clock here. I think I have time to extend this. Do we have any questions from chat about this next steps or something? Should we talk about next steps?
I think there's a lot of different... Yeah, do you know right now what you're gonna do? Like Jimmy wants to wonders here, will we get catcher cladding next stream?
That's a good question. Let me just make this one 300 millimeters. I think next stream, to be more honest, should go back to the snare drum.
Yeah, finishing that.
And do, because I know there's going to be one stick on the snare drum, and then perhaps talk about, go back in a little bit. Should we guide all these marbles a little bit? For example, if this marble is guided a bit to the left and hits here, it will still fall into a smaller center spot of a funnel. Should we guide, which I think we should guide all the highest marbles towards the middle. But also, what I think I should do also, Jimmy, is the cladding of the special funnels for the snare drum. This is actually the snare drum for the jumping marbles, snare drum catcher. It's not in a good position. I want it much lower and more nice. But we should add the roll marble funnel, and we should add, yeah. So I think next stream might be go into the snare drum and perhaps also go into the, what are these marbles actually hitting? And perhaps then also add just the cam wheels for these things. Should I make a list of this?
Do it.
Feels like...
Do it on the sketch cam.
Yeah. Whoa. Next. It should be snare specifics, including catch, and then it's bass, same thing, and then cams for shaker and tamp. That could be next up.
Perfect. Great job today, Martin.
I'm sorry for switching back to this. I just like it. I just
Okay.
like it. It feels. I don't see a real issue anywhere, which is so fun. And I see this top camera angle being fantastic. Also, you know, like when you watch from this, you're gonna see all the marble drops. Also the back row, because the back row is higher. So you're gonna see all the top marble. You're gonna see all the marble drops from everywhere. Especially since we're gonna add kinetic fingers to each and one of them. I really like how this. I really like this.
And Martin with a super chat here, coming in hot at the end here. Each stream should have to do next day to keep flow.
Yeah, that was a nice little thing actually.
Yeah.
And I like the suggestions from, I think it was from you, Martin, with the funnels there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the support. And here we see Jimmy says, very good session. The reps are getting smoother.
Whoa, that makes me happy, Jimmy. Thank you. I have to put it in my corner to show you how happy. Oh, Hannes went there instead. That makes me happy. I feel it too. I'm not scared, and I'm thinking more in the correct lanes. But it's really thanks to all you patiently nudging me along the way. So thanks for the chat on those live streams. You helped me a lot with the machine. I'm forever grateful.
Awesome. Great job today, Martin. You started taking really difficult decisions. I know this is very, very hard for you to start finalizing the positions of the instruments and the marble drops as well. Proud of you for doing so great work today. And tomorrow, there's time for new adventures, you know. The adventure will continue. Thank you all so much for today, and we will see you tomorrow.